news. The government has rejected a request for £170 million in financial support for Liberty Steel, which employs around 1,500 people in Rotherham and Stocksbridge. It means yet more uncertainty for workers in the region's steel industry. Dave Edwards was at the Liberty Steel plant in Stocksbridge earlier.
Well, this uncertainty is all too familiar for Yorkshire steelworkers. It's been a tough few decades for this industry here. We've seen a number of takeovers, rescue operations, call them what you will. And it's just 4 years since Sanjeev Gupta's Liberty Steel took over this plant and the one in Rotherham. Now, though, he says he needs help paying day-to-day operating costs. So Liberty's parent company, a multinational firm called the GFG Alliance, has asked the government for £170 million. Ministers said no. The local MP here says that's the right decision. She's been telling me why.
I think it's important to recognise that it's the GFG Alliance that have asked for a bailout, and the GFG Alliance is a big international group of companies associated with Mr Gupta, and I think there's a distinction between bailing out GFG Alliance and actually securing jobs and livelihoods here in Stocksbridge.
So where are we now? Well, talks are continuing to get more financial backing for Liberty Steel. If that doesn't come, then the obvious next step is administration. But it's at that point that the government might be more willing to step in, as it did when British Steel collapsed in 2019, putting thousands of jobs at risk there. That business was funded by the government for about a year until it was then taken over by a Chinese steelmaker. But we're not at that point yet, though, and workers here are hoping we don't get there.